The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Boys, bring it up. Check out 57's the mic. Watch twist.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm going to come back to you. 57. 7. Hey, defense, let's go.
From the gun, here's Locke. He's going to look deep for more. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Mike 5-4.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here. With a 1st and 10.
Panthers 44-yard line.
Here we go. 54. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Switch.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Maher was 6 of 7 from 50-plus as a 29-year-old rookie, including a Cowboy record 62-yarder, and he's able to knock this one through from distance as well.
Remember, 4 years in Canada, kicked in all kinds of conditions, gives a guy a lot of confidence coming to the NFL.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm coming for you. You must. Hey, high 7.
Out of the gun, Luck. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
You got tight right there.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Prescott from the gun. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Squeeze, double.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down.
Hey, watch the edge. Right for that.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. We know that Gano has that big leg. He had the longest made field goal in the NFL last year, 63 yards to beat the Giants in Week 4. That was the longest game winner in NFL history, and he converts from long here again. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Get ready.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 13, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And some room to work. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. 10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give to Elliott. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Watch the screen. Pass. He's coming. 46. He's coming. Double up. Right there. 54. Right there. 50. 46.
Yeah, that's what I
Watch twist, watch twist. We're going to 53.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
11. Check. Lucky. Mike's 54. Hey, Charlie. 4. Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day.
A shotgun snap for Locke. He'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Here's Michael Pilardi now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A first down carry by Elliott.
Check 24.
Elliott a first down and more. And he takes it all the way down to the 22.
Come on now, let's
31 yards there and a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs. In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. The Cowboys on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4.
He's checking. Crash.
Prescott now. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. The kick by Maher is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
That's it, baby. That's it. Check out. 674. Mike 54. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Hey, Delta. Watch the run.
They'll try the air now with Luck. Steps away to his left, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
I'm here all day. 11Z. Mike, check out 5.
Luck. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Here we go, D.
On 1st and 10, Luck.
Shift. Watch the shift.
He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. All day, punt.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
32-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Come on, QB, come on.
Check.
Looking to throw on second down. Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. 10th carry now for Elliott. Uses the stiff arm, and he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 76 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Slam.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Defense, let's go. Out.
Elliott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing just outside his own goal line. It's taken to the 26. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. Past the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Go to 54, line in.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5, pickup of 3. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half, 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, If we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Marr able to put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
I got you, boy. I got you.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Big hold of the 30. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 35-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 26.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way, but that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
We got this.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Check 31.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He'll buy some time right. It's Hill, complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Mike to 59. Hey. 47. Check. 26, check.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. They complete it to Hill. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
1st down, Dallas.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Hot route. Hot. Check 26. 36. 36.
Prescott on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Blake Jarwin, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Eluding the pressure right. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here's McCaffrey. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Panthers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Luck now to throw. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up. You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix it.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. Cooper was the target there.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Let's go, defense.
Now a run with McCaffrey.
Go, run.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. Stays on his feet. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Slam, slam, slam.
This is McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead now up to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in place, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Check it back. 11.
Check your hot read.
They'll run with McCaffrey.
Go, run!
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one snipped out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Watch 54. In your face.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off.
Here we go.
And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
He's going to have the first down past the 20, as he's all the way up to the 24-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Panthers, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.